If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button below. Hello, in this video I will give you my thoughts on the recent Citizenship Amendment Act of India. The Indian Parliament passed the Citizenship Amendment Bill or CAB on December 12, 2019. This law was introduced by the Home Minister, His Excellency Mr. Amit Shah, on behalf of the BJP or Indian People's Party, which is the ruling party in India. After the passing of this bill, there have been violent protests against the bill in major cities of India, especially in those areas where the Muslims are in majority or in states ruled by non-BJP political parties. In the US and UK, the mainstream media like the New York Times, Washington Post, BBC, Bloomberg, etc. have denounced this bill as being against the fabric of democracy and secularism in India. Let us analyze the facts. The main reason this bill has been passed is that the Indian Hindus have finally realized that if they do not stand up, if they do not awaken from their deep sleep, they will soon become a minority in their own country. The Muslim population of India is increasing at such a rapid pace that within a few decades, Hindus will become a minority. Already, the northeastern states of India like Nagaland, Mizoram, and Meghalaya have Christian majority. In some districts of West Bengal, Muslims have become a majority and they violently oppose Hindus from celebrating their festivals like Durga Pooja. Kashmir is a Muslim majority state and the Muslims there, aided by the Islamic terrorists that invaded from Pakistan and supported by Pakistani army infiltrators, have driven the Hindus out of the Kashmir valley, and these helpless Hindus called Kashmiri pandits have become refugees in their own country. The reason for this is that Islam believes in aggressively converting people of other faith to their religion, while Hindus are passive in this regard and are afflicted by a chronic disease called the Hindu caste system. When a Hindu becomes a Muslim, the Muslim community embraces him or her as a brother or sister. When a Hindu becomes a Christian, the Christians hug and embrace him and give him full support, including financial support. But when a Muslim or a Christian becomes a Hindu, he or she is treated like a low caste person by the Hindus, especially by the so-called upper caste like the Brahmins, the Rajput, and the Baniya caste people, who have this sickness called the caste system. Also look at the history of India. When India was partitioned in 1947 by the British, without firing a shot, the Muslims got two huge areas, namely West Pakistan and East Pakistan. Pakistan was immediately declared into an Islamic state. But India declared itself a secular democracy. It was the top leadership of India led by Gandhi and Nehru, and not the Indian people who declared India secular. Both Gandhi and Nehru were educated in England, and their ideological outlook was shaped by the brainwashing they received in England. They believed that British-style democracy and Western concepts of secularism were the right concepts, and they implemented them into India. British democracy and secularism have worked well in Europe and North America, but they do not work everywhere in the Indian subcontinent since India's independence in 1947. While the Muslim population has steadily increased in India, the Hindu populations of Pakistan and Bangladesh have sharply decreased due to the policy of the governments there to kill, convert, and expel Hindus, Sikhs, and Christians. Because the rulers of these two countries declared their countries as Islamic, they kept their own people believing in Islamic extremist ideology. For example, in 1951, the non-Muslim population of West Pakistan was 3.44%. By 1998, it was still at 3.7%. Although Bangladesh was created with the help of Hindu India, the Hindus have fared very badly in that country. In 1951, the non-Muslim population of Bangladesh was 23.2%. By 1961, share of non-Muslims in East Pakistan had reduced to 19.57%, to 14.60% in 1974, to 13.40% in 1981, to 11.70% in 1991, and 10.40% in 2001. But by 2011, this share of non-Muslim population in Bangladesh shrank to 9.4%. Thus, between 1951 and 2011, population of non-Muslims in Bangladesh shrunk from a high of 23.20% to a low of 9.40%. Since then, the Hindu population in Bangladesh has fallen further. Now let us examine India. Because of higher birth rates and because of legendary tolerance of Hindus for all religions, the percentage of Muslims in India has risen from about 10% in 1951 to 14% by 2013. It has increased to around 20% by 2019. According to the Pew Research Center, in 2015, there were 50 Muslim majority countries. Many of these countries have declared Islam as their state religion. But there is not a single country in the world where Hindu is a state religion. Even in India, where the Hindus are in majority, they are facing a mortal danger of their religion being wiped out. In such a situation, what is wrong with declaring India a Hindu state so as to protect the Hindu religion from being wiped out and to protect Hindus everywhere from being killed, discriminated, and converted? When the neighboring states of India, that is Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan, have all declared Islam their state religion, what is wrong with the Indian government giving refuge to non-Muslims from these countries? What is wrong with the Citizenship Amendment Bill, or CAB? If you want to oppose Hindu nationalism, first you should ask Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan to declare themselves as secular states. They have to also practice secularism by really respecting people of non-Islamic faith. Only then you have the right to lecture India about democracy and secularism. The West never denounces Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Saudi Arabia, whose governments follow extremist Islamic ideology. USA used Pakistan as an ally against the Soviet Union. USA also needs the vast financial resources of Saudi Arabia, so they do not criticize these countries. But the mainstream media in USA and UK and Europe always find fault with Hindu nationalism because they find that India is weak compared to China. China annexed Tibet and the West is at peace with it. Nobody talks about Tibet anymore. It is the case of the strong always finding fault with the weak. It is the case of the strong not picking fight with the strong, but always finding fault with the weak. It is as simple as that. Regarding M.K. Gandhi, the so-called father of the nation, once a journalist asked Gandhi during Hitler's reign if he would preach non-violence to the Jews who were being slaughtered at the hands of the Nazis in Germany. To this, Gandhi replied firmly, yes, he would. If the Jews had listened to this Sultan, if they had followed the road of non-violence, they would have never been able to found and establish a new state of their own, the state of Israel, where the Jews have finally established a homeland. The state of Israel is a beacon to all the Jews all over the world who get discriminated for being a Jew. They can look to the state of Israel for moral and political support. They can migrate to Israel and feel safe in their own homeland. In the same way, if India does not become a Hindu state, the Hindus will continue to be discriminated and attacked in numerous countries where we live. The attacks on Hindus in the West, along with the experience of the Jews who after centuries of oppression finally established their own Jewish state, should convince all Hindus to demand that India be declared a Hindu state. Now let us analyze how the Hindus are being killed, converted and expelled from Pakistan and Bangladesh. We need not examine Afghanistan because what the Taliban have done there is well known. The following has been copied from Wikipedia article, quote, "Religion in Pakistan," unquote. The Constitution of Pakistan establishes Islam as the state religion and provides that all citizens have the right to profess, practice, and propagate their religion subject to law, public order, and morality. The Constitution also states that all laws are to conform with the injunctions of Islam as laid down in the Quran and Sunnah. The Constitution limits the political rights of Pakistan's non-Muslims. Only Muslims are allowed to become the president or the prime minister. Only Muslims are allowed to serve as judges in the federal Shariat court, which has the power to strike down any law deemed un-Islamic. The focus of Islamic principles creates a system of institutionalized discrimination that filters down into society. Moreover, the Constitution sets up an Islamic Council tasked with ensuring Islamic ideology is followed in governmental decisions, actions, and policy making. Cases collected by Global Human Rights Defense show that underage Hindu and Christian girls are often targeted by Muslims for forced conversion to Islam. According to the National Commission of Justice and Peace and the Pakistan Hindu Council, each year around 1,000 non-Muslim minority women are converted to Islam and then forcibly married off to their abductors or rapists. Now let us take Bangladesh. There have been several instances of violence against the religious minorities in Bangladesh. Hindus, Buddhists, and Christians have come under widespread attacks by Islamic extremists during communal rights, elections, and post-poll violence. Most of these attacks target Hindus, the largest minority of the country, who are particularly vulnerable in a period of rising violence and extremism, whether motivated by religious, political, or criminal factors, or some combination of these. Bangladesh has been rocked by several anti-Hindu riots in 1992, 2001, 2013, and 2014. These violent acts included attacking and killing Hindus, looting and burning of Hindu-owned properties and businesses, abduction and rapes of women, desecrating and destroying Hindu temples by the extremist Muslim mobs. There are also alleged discrimination against Hindus by the administration in the form of Vested Property Act, by which over 40% of Hindu-owned lands and houses have been confiscated. Intimidation during elections and revoking their names from electoral rolls is commonplace. Since the rising of extremist Islamic political parties during the 1990s, large number of Hindu families have migrated from Bangladesh to India due to a sense of insecurity and economic necessity. These factors, combined with lower birth rates of minorities, have resulted in a dwindling Hindu population in the country. Thank you very much. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button below. You can also click on the share button and share this video with your friends on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, or via email.